India leads the world in sending skilled workers to the U.S., but Trump's new visa fee is sparking widespread fear and uncertainty. A sudden and shocking announcement from U.S. President Donald Trump has sent waves of anxiety and confusion rippling through Indian communities and the global technology sector. The U.S. government has introduced a steep $100,000 fee on the H-1B visa program, which is the primary work visa for skilled foreign professionals, most of whom are Indian workers. This abrupt policy change has created turmoil for hundreds of thousands of people whose careers and lives depend on this visa. The new rule was revealed last Friday, instantly triggering chaos and panic, highlighted by a dramatic incident on an Emirates flight from San Francisco to Dubai. The plane was forced to remain grounded on the tarmac for 3 hours, as H-1B visa holders on board scrambled to understand what the new fee meant for their ability to return to or continue working in the U.S. A video verified by major news outlets showed the captain trying to soothe anxious passengers, acknowledging the unprecedented nature of the situation and telling those uncomfortable with traveling to feel free to disembark. One passenger, Masood Rana, who recorded the event, described it as complete chaos on social media, emphasizing the extreme unease, particularly among Indian travelers, who, in some cases, chose to leave the aircraft rather than fly amid such uncertainty. The Trump administration defends this hardline stance by calling it a crackdown on systemic abuse of the H-1B visa program and positioning the measure as a way to encourage American companies to prioritize hiring domestic workers. The H-1B visa currently allows skilled foreigners to work in the U.S. for up to 3 years, with the option to extend for another 3. And many economists argue that this program is essential for keeping American firms competitive and fostering job growth. However, this new $100,000 fee disproportionately affects Indian professionals, who have consistently made up the largest portion of H-1B visa beneficiaries in recent years. This shift threatens not only the professional futures of hundreds of thousands, but also the business models of major tech firms that rely heavily on Indian talent. India's Ministry of External Affairs expressed deep concern over the policy's humanitarian consequences, particularly the disruption it poses to families, and urged the U.S. to mitigate these impacts swiftly. Later clarifications from the White House confirmed that this hefty fee will apply only to new H-1B applicants, not those currently holding valid visas. For decades, the H-1B visa has served as a critical pathway for many of India's brightest and most skilled individuals to contribute to the American economy, advancing their careers and integrating into the country's innovation ecosystem. This influence is clearly visible in the leadership of some of the world's largest tech companies, many of which are headed by Indian-born executives. Satya Nadella of Microsoft, Sundar Pichai of Alphabet, Google's parent company, Arvind Krishna at IBM, and Shantanu Narayan of Adobe all began their journeys in India and went on to refine their talents at American universities. India's National Association of Software and Service Companies, NASSCOM, a leading industry advocacy group, warns that the new visa order could have far-reaching consequences on America's technological innovation and the broader economy. According to the most recent data from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services for the fiscal year 2025, ending this month, Amazon alone secured nearly 10,000 H-1B visas, making it the program's largest beneficiary. Indian IT powerhouses like Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, were next, with over 5,500 approvals. Under the newly imposed fee, the cost for Amazon could balloon to an astonishing $1 billion annually, while TCS could face a $500 million bill just to support the same level of hiring. Several major Indian IT firms, including TCS, Cognizant, HCL Technologies, Infosys, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, LTI Mindtree, and Emphasis have been contacted regarding this development. Industry analysts, such as those from the financial services firm Nomura, expect these companies will not simply swallow the extra expense. Instead, they predict a strategic pivot toward offshoring work to countries with lower costs, increased automation of routine tasks, and shifting some operations to nearshore countries like Mexico and Canada, reserving the costly H-1B visas only for highly specialized roles that local workers can't fill. This visa fee hike signals an intensification of the Trump administration's economic pressure tactics on India, adding to last month's 50% tariffs on Indian imports. Those tariffs were framed as punitive action against India's procurement of Russian oil, highlighting how service exports are now caught up in the global trade and technology conflicts. Yet some experts suggest there could be a silver lining for India. Madhavi Arora, chief economist at MK Global Financial Services, argues that this policy might accelerate the return of talent to India, while it could centralize skilled professionals within India's major tech firms. It might also serve as a catalyst for transforming India into a more prominent hub for global innovation and technology delivery. Residents like Ashok Gupta from Mumbai echo this sentiment, suggesting the U.S. will lose out rather than India. He told Reuters, those who cannot afford to work abroad under new costs will instead set up offices in India. Since India is already on a strong path of progress, this will further accelerate growth. But here's the part most people overlook. Could this visa fee hike unintentionally shift the technological balance, potentially empowering India's domestic tech industry while weakening U.S. technological dominance? And what does this mean for the future relationship between the world's two largest democracies? These questions are just the beginning of a larger debate, one that affects workers, companies, and economies on both sides of the globe. What are your thoughts? Is this policy a necessary step to protect American jobs, or will it backfire by undermining innovation and cooperation? Share your views below and join the discussion. CNN's Martin Golandu contributed to this report.